Hi and welcome to One Week at a Time. My name's Brett Burden and today I want to talk to you about self-management. So a lot of people talk about time management. The fact is you can't manage time. We all get 24 hours a day. It's what we do with that 24 hours a day, whether it's worthwhile, a good spend of or utilisation of your time or not. So that's where self-management comes into play. Now when we start with a client, this is one of the areas where we'll start off normally with straight up, because a lot of the strategies and tools and things that we're going to want our clients to do over the next period, it's not going to cost a lot of money, but normally will take a reasonable amount of time. So we've got to be able to steal some of that time away from the distraction things that clients do so that we can get them to do the things that we need them to do to obviously grow their business. So I always start off with this simple little story talking about a college professor. You may have heard this one before, but it's worthwhile mentioning again. And that is a college professor starting at, this is coming back after the break, so brand new students, all wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to learn. And he moves over to his counter and he pulls out a glass container from underneath his counter, and he then pulls out another bucket filled with rocks. And he starts filling this bucket up with these rocks until he gets to the top, and he says to the students, "Can I fit any more in there?" And they all say no. So then he proceeds to pull out another bucket from underneath, and there's a whole bunch of smaller pebbles in there. And he pours the pebbles in the top and he shakes it around a little bit, and these pebbles start falling down, filling in some of these gaps here. And once it gets full again, he says to the class, "Can I fit any more in there?" And they say no. And then he proceeds to pull out a bucket of sand, and he pours the sand in the top, and it starts filtering down through into to the bottom and starts filling up. And he gets to the point where no more sand will fit in, it's all filling out the side. And he says, "Can I fit any more in there?" They say no. He gets a little beaker of water and puts the water in until it's overflowing. Then of course he can't fit any more in. So the moral of the story, though, the professor goes on to say, is if I had started with the pebbles or the sand, would I have been able to fit those large rocks in? And of course, no. So the idea and the moral of the story is make sure you're fitting your big rocks in first, okay? It's really important to make sure that, when you look at your day, that you're doing you're spending time, or you're making time to do the things that are really, really important to you, your business and your future, whatever they might be. So if it's, your health, looking after your health, looking after your wealth, looking after your family, all those things that are really important to you, that's where you need to start. There'll be a lot more on time going forward, but I did want to mention that one up front because it's sort of, everything's going to relate back to those big rocks. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. See you next week. Bye for now.